The Spyderco Paysan. This is the new version for 2023, just dropped here recently. Rassenti integral, so all solid piece, machined and milled out. Titanium frame lock with a S90V mirror stonewashed blade, just beautiful. Made in Taichung, Taiwan. Look at that blade. It is really nice. Just a cool finish on it. Even the tang down here has been polished. 644 is the new map. It's gone up a couple times, 3 times in the last 3 years. It was 520 when they first came out. Shows Rassenti integral titanium S90V stonewash, 4.4 ounces. Right here it says Paysan. The way these high-end Spydercos comes is just a pouch. That's it. And nice. I mean, it's just, you're not going to get a box with it or anything. And then here's the booklet. It does talk a little bit about, you know, his background and everything. So I never got around to buying this when they first dropped. I don't know how many times they've been here in the last 3 or 4 years. But I wanted to get one. I got the Drunken first, ended up getting something else, and never got around to it. And by the time I did want to buy one, you know, they were already $800 on the secondhand market, what I didn't want to pay. So they had some major issues. Some of them did in the beginning. I don't know if you could see the lock, the stop pin inside there. So as the blade rotates through, you know, that's going to hit in there. And the way they get that in there you can see right there, it's been put in and then machined flush. Just a beautiful job. I mean, you almost can't tell it's there unless you look for it. I guess these were backing out on some of them, and to the point where they couldn't stop it from backing out even with Loctite. And then they had, and this is how I know I haven't seen any official language that this is CQI, but you could tell right away if you look at the lock face. The originals all had a detent ball ramp. This one does not. The detent ball ramp was very close to the lock bar when it was open, and what was happening is when you put 10 to 15 pounds of pressure backwards, I don't know if that was ever going to be an issue in use, but I think Josh from Razor's Edge Knives was the first one that showed it. He had a video of the knife sitting in a clamp and then just putting pressure on it, and it was just sliding off the lock face. Some of them didn't actually fail. They just flexed a ton. You could actually hear audible flexing. This one is really tight. I've really pushed on it with gloves already, and it's locked in there. So that's one of the fixes. Now you could say, well, you know, they gave you a less of a knife because you don't have a detent ball ramp, which is what a lot of, you know, upper end knives you would expect. Well, I don't see one on this Chris Reeves. This is the new Sebenza 31. That's just the ceramic ball, you know, where it's hitting the tang. So I'm not trying to bother me. If it's locked up better, which this one is definitely really tight, but it does have stick, if you can hear, listen. Is that going to go away? Maybe, I don't know. I like it. It doesn't bother me in the least bit. I don't sit there and flick my knives all day though either. So, but that lock is stuck. It's a, you know, good decent 50%. It's where it should be. It's comfortable. I haven't figured out which clip yet to put on there. If it's going to be like this, the MXG that's flat, or, you know, loop over. So I've left that plastic piece on there until I figure out what kind of clip I'm going to get on. But the other issue that people had with this thing was just the design. So, you know, I have a pretty fat finger. What's happening here is there's no cutout here to make the lines of the knife symmetrical. So you know, if you look on the Sebenza, you know, you have a cutout there. So you're pushing the lock bar sideways when you're opening it. On most frame locks, you have some kind of, or liner lock, you have some kind of a relief there. This one, you're pushing your finger in. So what that's doing is it's pushing the blade, the tang, the lock bar interface on the lock bar, it's pushing it down onto the tang as you open it. Is that bad over time? I don't think so. And you could see it flex. Right now I'm pushing on it, but that's pretty normal. Because, oh, well, Sebenza wouldn't do that. I mean, I don't know if you're going to see this here, but that's flexing. I don't know if you could see it going up and down. Oh, excuse me, I got to get that pressure off of it. I mean, it's flexing a lot. So, you know, you don't sit there and do that. And this is a strong knife when locked up, just like this is going to be. No, it does not exhibit any kind of tendency to fail or move at all. And when putting a lot of pressure on it too. So, but that's the one major change I could see. I haven't seen any info. There's been a few people on the forums that have asked on Spyderco forums. Nobody's replied yet, but obviously they've done something because they took away the detent ball ramp. Everything else should be the same. You know, the caged phosphorus, I'm pretty sure there's a phosphorus cage in there. Don't really see the, I don't know if they upped them because some of the new cage system didn't have ceramic bearings on some of the Spydercos. I don't know. It almost looks like those are ceramic in there, but I'm not going to take it apart anytime soon. So if you look at the size of it, it's, you know, it's a good sized knife. This is the SOCOM Spencer 31. I haven't gotten around to actually, I've just been so busy with the grandkids and health issues that I haven't even done anything with this yet. I bought it a while back when I saw the Magna Cut come out. So, and this is $500. You get, you know, everybody knows how good a Sebenza is, blah, blah, blah. But it's a plain Jane knife with the bead blasted outside. You know, it is made in the United States. It is, but you know, yeah, and they give you humongous washers. I've had these before and I've never put them on my channel because I've always gotten rid of them. And I was very interested in this one because the Magna Cut, and it's supposed to be done at 63 to 64 HRC. So, but why would you say, you're going to say just tolerances and machining are worth this being $500 over, say, a Wii? You know, I guess we can argue about that. And this one's not worth $600 with this beautiful machine job and much more expensive steel with a huge amount of effort and time taken to get that blade the way it's looking, and the amount of time, the CNC time to get this done. And factor in, this design's been around forever. Yeah, they've changed it. They've taken the hole out. They've added the interface, but it's basically the same knife it's always been. You know, it's had some improvements. So the amount of R&D into it has been paid way over time. This thing is a one-off custom collaboration that they haven't made many of. So you're paying for all the original R&D, all, you know, very small batch. There's a lot that goes into pricing. Now do you want to pay $1,600 for a Rassenti knife that looks 99% functionally of this? You know, I think it's well worth it, to be honest with you. So I wanted to get this out because a lot of people that, you know, my channel is always about trying to get info out or availability. I'm not much of a knife reviewer, you know, just trying to get info, and I haven't really done a lot on the channel just because, you know, I haven't had the time. But I've saw a lot of people asking questions with if the new ones were going to have any changes, and it does look like they fixed the lock rock issue by taking the detent ball ramp away. So solid, beautiful knife, the Spyderco Paysan. Let's see, I even said it wrong again. S90V mirror stonewashed with the integral titanium handle. They're going to be dropping, guys. Thanks for watching.